Acho keeps on his phone.
It's a text from the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills were like, hey, Emmanuel, we want to bring you in for a workout. Send us your social security number and your license. I never responded. Why did I save that text message? Because I wanted to remind myself I walked away from the NFL. The NFL didn't walk away from me.
Acho's latest project is a late-night sports show on YouTube. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
He steps to the mic with a boom, ping, ping. Wisdom sharper than a beast's fierce sting. Words like fireflies that light the night. He turns the dark into blazing bright. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Shake the ground, unveils the truth where lies abound. Politics, justice, social streams. He molds the chaos into dreams. No silence here, just the sound of change. Boom, ping, ping, rearrange. Boom, ping, ping, the truth takes wing. Milwaukee's voice, let the city sing. Boom, ping, ping, hear the freedom ring. Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king. Through the static, through the noise, he amplifies the people's voice. Boom, ping, ping, like a heartbeat's call. He's got the wisdom to break down walls. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Welcome to the program. Today is Tuesday, December 16th, 2025. I want to do a significant comparison today, and it's a comparison that I think a lot of us are familiar with. And at the root of this comparison, I believe, are some of the biggest contrasts in American society. While another big contrast in American society is Democrat versus Republican, liberal versus conservative, those are some pretty significant and familiar contrasts as well. I think there is one that supersedes that, and I think it is the contrast between rich and poor. And I think a lot of us subjectively have our own personal thoughts and feelings about what wealth is, what being rich is, and what being poor is. I want to actually do an objective comparison between the two and how dramatically different the lives are of individuals who are top tier, incredibly wealthy, never have to worry about money again. In fact, the lineages of their families never have to worry about money again versus extreme poverty. And I have some details of, and I just did this kind of randomly, but I wanted to look at what are the 3 richest zip codes in the country. What are they? Where are they located in the country? And then do just a basic analysis. Now, this is not talk about what people actually do and how people take advantage of the different amenities that exist in the zip code, but I just want to give like a snapshot in case you don't live in one of the richest zip codes in the country. I just want to give you an idea of what it's like in that geographic area of the top 3 wealthiest zip codes, but then I also want to share with you what the amenities are like or lack thereof in the poorest zip codes. And this is not one group is better than the other. I'm not doing that. I guess you guys can make that moral judgment. But the differences are so vast that it does feel immoral. I'm not going to explain or give any details as to why somebody lives in the poor zip code and why somebody lives there. A lot of times it's not even through anything that person did. They may have been born into that poverty or born into that wealth. That's just what their life is. But their lives are so dramatically different. Even the amount of time they're going to live, the things that they see when they look out the window, especially that of a child, is so dramatically different that it seems at the very least unfair. Now, of course, I can't come up with a fix or some kind of a remedy to where there is less of a dramatic difference between the very, very wealthy and the very, very poor, but it shouldn't be as disparate as it is. That contrast between the richest people in this nation or the amenities in the zip code, I'm not just talking about the richest people. I'm talking about the area in which the richest people receive mail, their zip code, geographic area. The differences should not be as contrasting as they are because neither one of them feel like America, quite honestly. They are so alien in their amenities and their lack thereof, and the education of the children and the life expectancy in the healthcare facilities and just the options for recreation and entertainment. Something should be done. And I'm not saying that anybody can even do anything, but it has to be some kind of a policy focus because if you were born in this country, there should be like a basic modicum of access to just simple things. But if you are born poor, you don't get access to any of those things. And whose responsibility is it? Shouldn't we as Americans, I know we all hate each other, but I guess I'm looking at things differently. Even if there's people that I fundamentally don't like and disagree with, I don't want you to have to be punished because I don't like you. Hell, some of y'all don't like me, especially after yesterday's conversation. Ooh, y'all got hot. Hey, what are you dinging that for? Old folks got hot. I also don't subscribe to something that I think has kept black folks limited, and it defies our natural critical thinking skills. Just because someone is older than you, and they can be fundamentally wrong on what they think, what they believe, and what they say. Some of us black folks are just so used to having to follow rules and order, even if the rules and order are wrong, that we just acquiesce to people that are older. That's insane to me. Because you can be a fool young or old. You know what I mean? Just because you're older and you've been here longer doesn't afford you the ability to not be wrong. So that's the issue that I have. And also, I don't know, old folks will treat other grown people like kids. Now, if it's like my parents, that's totally different. But like if somebody is 82 years old and they're just wrong or their idea of the world is skewed and I fundamentally disagree with them, I'm going to tell them that I disagree. I'm not going to be like, well, you an old person, so I'm just going to go on and agree with you. And I think that's where we kind of lose our way a little bit. We may know that someone is wrong, but we give them a level of respect that allows them to be wrong and to spread misinformation, because I cannot peddle in misinformation. I don't care if it comes from somebody who's 19 or 99. So that was a bit of a wire crossing that we had yesterday. And also, hell, I'm grown too now. I'm 50. You understand? I ain't no kid, Rick. Now, you call me talking that BS. I don't give a damn if you're 87. I almost said a different word besides damn. I don't care how old you are. You can call me with that mess. You know what I mean? We have to be critical. And because black folks have got to try and figure out, because we clearly don't know, how the hell we got to where we are and why we are not further along than where we are. So we got to analyze everything. I want to get to these major contrasts between rich and poor. And again, Sherwin Hughes, I'm not making a moral judgment on rich people or on poor people, but should their lives be that different? And also, are poor people just like throwaway humans? Are they worthless? If you don't have a lot of money, if you're not rich, if you can't take care of yourself, for whatever the reason, I don't know what the reason is, nor do I care. But if you have a low level of income, if your per capita income is, $7,000, $8,000 per year, are you less of a person? Do you deserve less? Should you get less? Should you get less health care? Should you have less options and opportunities? Should you have less recreation? Should you have less access to fresh fruits and vegetables? It's a simple yes or no. Because you don't have a certain amount of money, are you less of a human being? Are you less of an American? And it's kind of like, well, whatever happens to you, happens to you. I have revised my perspectives on a lot of things, and I used to think that the opposite of poverty is wealth. If you look at things numerically, well, yeah, somebody that makes $15,000 a year versus someone who has an income of $2.5 million a year, those certainly are opposites. And most things in their lives, including their perspectives, are going to be opposite. But now I see it differently. The opposite of poverty is justice. Rich people don't have to pray for it. It's either an expectation, it's built into the systems in which rich people live, or, last resort, you can buy it. For someone who committed a crime, they don't think that they were guilty of the crime, but they committed the crime and then they received a felony conviction through our criminal justice system. And they don't think that they should have been convicted, but, this stupid-ass jury found them guilty, blah, 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 blah. If you have enough money, you can buy a pardon. And to the person that committed the crime that was found guilty by a jury of their peers or a jury of somebody's peers, they feel that wasn't fair, that they were found guilty by these ragtag strangers. They can just take their money and they can pursue justice in their own way, because to that person who was convicted of a felony, that's an injustice that they weren't able to break the law, because when you have that kind of money, you can do whatever you want, more importantly. Not only can you do whatever you want, you can do whatever you want to anybody, including kids. Now, there's been some names floated and some allegations levied and a couple of convictions, mostly Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein. And this is probably the most you're going to hear me talk about Jeffrey Epstein, because quite honestly, if our people ain't in them files and in them photos, that's white folks' business. And I know better than to get into white folks' business, you know what I mean? Because I don't necessarily want them in ours, so I'm not going to be in there. If they want to do stuff to kids, that's on them. Catholics, too. Not all Catholics, calm down, but enough. Other than Jeffrey Epstein, who is no longer with us, and Ghislaine Maxwell, who has been moved from a maximum security federal penitentiary because she was convicted of what we consider in this nation violent felonies. She has been moved to essentially a country club, a minimum security prison. No one really has been held accountable for what happened to those young girls on Jeffrey Epstein's island. But also keep in mind, everybody that was there was rich. So that's just another contrast that I want to bring to your attention between the rich and the poor. But today we're going to really dig into it. Also, we got a question up on the YouTube, right, Rick? Yes, we do. She ain't quitting, y'all. Your girl is not giving up Kamala Harris. I'm not sure if we asked this question before, but there's more she's doing like these nationwide tours. Of course, she has her book, whatever, and she's doing her own autopsy of what happened in 2024 while she lost the election. Should Kamala run again in 2028? I got to get this out of the way. Just a damn yes or no, because I know most of the people that listen to the show and that participate on the YouTube chat with this show, you guys are voters, most of you, and I want to know what you think. Should she do it again? I don't want to give my opinion because I don't want to bias the poll, but I liken Kamala to Mandela Barnes. Even though they're different people, they're different genders, their political trajectories are different. They're not the same. But if you run for office and what most people think is a gimme, that should have been a gimme for Kamala. And I'm not going to get into all the details as to why she lost. Okay, not doing that. I'll let y'all get into that. I'm not getting into that. But we thought, Trump should be pretty easy to beat because, he's Trump. And he ran in 2016 and he won. Ooh, we didn't like his first term. And then Joe Biden won. And then the heir apparent, of course, was Kamala Harris. And then she ran and she lost real bad. She lost it all. She lost the popular vote. She lost the battleground states. She lost in the Electoral College. Okay. So if you, like Mandela Barnes, who was lieutenant governor, he was elected, just like Kamala Harris was elected vice president. She then decides to run for president. She loses. Mandela Barnes was lieutenant governor, kind of like being vice governor, right? He steps down from that to run against Ron Johnson, which should have been a gimme because even Republicans knew that Ron Johnson was literally the absolute weakest Republican in the whole of the U.S. Senate, and Mandela Barnes lost to him. So the question is, should Mandela Barnes be running for governor now when he couldn't beat the weakest Republican in 2022? You know my answer to that. Kamala Harris, who could not beat, in my opinion, the weakest Republican that has ever run for office, let alone win, because she lost to Donald Trump in 2024, should she run again in 2028? Answer on our YouTube poll by going to youtube.com or opening up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device. Search 1017 The Truth, hit subscribe, and you'll be able to vote in the poll that is asking you, should Kamala Harris run in 2028? I'm going to take a break. When I come back, we're going to talk about how some of you could get rich. And before the show is over, please remind me, somebody, because I know I'm going to forget. I want to give you all what I think are going to be the winning Powerball numbers for Wednesday's jackpot of, hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. Put your seatbelt on. Grab something and hold on tight. $1.25 billion. Did you hear me? Do you know how happy that's going to make somebody for Christmas? $1.25 billion is the expected Powerball jackpot. And if you take the cash payment, which I highly suggest you do, if you take the 20-year payments, you's a new fool. Take the 20-year payments and you die next year. Oh, dumbass. Take the lump sum now. The lump sum is going to be 572. I can't even say it, Rick. 572. $572 million in cash. And I'm going to give you what I think the winning numbers is going to be now. So make sure you stay tuned for that. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes exclusively on 101.7 FM in the city of Milwaukee. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, think you're the ultimate trivia champ?
Well, prove it against us, your favorite WTMJ host.
It's free to play. All we ask is bring a new unwrapped toy to benefit Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive.
Or you can donate at WTMJ.com. Just text TOY to the WTMJ talk and text line.
855-616-1620. Grab your friends. Test your smarts. All while helping a great cause.
It's the WTMJ Trivia Challenge, coming to a place near you.
Check out the schedule of where we will be at WTMJ.com.
What is a DJ? Do we just play music? Maybe some are that simple. With me, I create memories that last a lifetime. I'm always thinking about how songs connect. I read the room. Every event is an open canvas, a new world. So what's a DJ when you hire me? I'm a vibe architect, a curator of euphoria, a guaranteed good time.
I know you want me. Every day, not only when you're lonely.
Whether you have a wedding, festival, corporate event, or any other special occasion, get your free consultation with DJ Remaniac today.
Trailblazer!
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Met her on a Tuesday night, boots tapping the wooden floor. Her laugh was a wildfire burning. I swore I'd seen her before.
Mr. Elroy Bilson, his new hot single, Whiskey on Her Lips, available everywhere you get your music. Powerball estimated jackpot $1.25 billion after no one won the grand prize of roughly $1.14 billion. I want to try and conceptualize for you all exactly how much money that is, and please don't let me forget now. In fact, you know what? We're going to do a couple things. I'm trying to make somebody rich because I know a lot of y'all have prayed for it. You've wished for it. A lot of y'all drove into work this morning just cursing and angry because it's cold and you got to go to work to get that little paycheck, and you're dealing with coworkers that you don't care for, and you wish, oh, how you wish you were so rich. Why don't we give people a chance to win the $5,000 of the Gruber Law Office's 5K? We'll enter somebody to win that today, and I'm going to give you what I think are going to be the winning Powerball numbers. Now, here's the thing now. Listen to me. Listen to me. If y'all hit the Power B with my numbers, break your boy off. Can you break your boy off a slice? I don't need all of it now. Let me tell you something. If you take the lump, you're going to get $572 million. Here, all your boy needs is, let me get 1.5 mil. That's it. Because 1.5 mil after I pay all my taxes on it, that's $1 million free and clear. That's all I need. You listen now, I just gave you the numbers, so you won $572 million. Now you wouldn't have won without me. You're nothing without me. Just give me 1.5 mil. Can y'all do that, please? Thank you. I don't know why y'all so damn greedy. Actually, most of y'all wouldn't give me a penny. You wouldn't buy me lunch. Wouldn't buy me a hot dog from Dog City. I know you wouldn't, Rick. Rick, if I won a Powerball, I'd make you rich. I'm serious. Then I'd buy Good Karma brands and I'd fire you. No, I'm kidding. I'd break you off. I'd break off many people. Powerball's jackpot rose to an estimated $1.25 billion after no tickets came up winners on Monday night's grand prize of roughly $1.14 billion. The winning numbers for that drawing are, check your tickets if you haven't already. Well, you didn't win, so you don't need to know what the numbers are. Throw your tickets away because you lost. The latest pot of gold would be the sixth largest in Powerball history. The second biggest Powerball grand prize this year at $1.787 billion was hit on September 6th in Missouri and in Texas. It's also only the second time the game has had back-to-back billion-dollar jackpots. Wednesday's drawing will be the 44th since the last time a jackpot was won. That's the longest such Powerball run. Because you got Powerball, then you got like Mega Millions, right? Mega Cash. You have all of these different lotteries going on, and I sometimes get confused because Powerball is the only one that comes to mind, but then you have like the Mega Millions or the Mega Cash, and that joker will get up there flirting with $1 billion too. To win the grand prize, the ticket must match 5 white balls. Why they got to be white balls, Rick? Can't have no black balls? I thought people like picking black balls. Ain't no. Don't look at me like that. I'm just saying, why the balls got to be white, man?
What?
Exactly. What? 5 white balls.
This is a sick Negro.
Balls are probably small. They are. They're little small little balls. To win the grand prize, a ticket must match the 5 white balls pulled during the drawing, as well as the red power ball. Why the power ball got to be red? Why can't any of the balls be black? The possible winner or winners would get to choose between an estimated $1.25 billion jackpot paid out in an annuity or as an upfront lump sum payment estimated at $572,100,000, both before taxes. Oh, before taxes. Hold on now. Taxes is going to take probably half of it because you're going to have state taxes. You know what's crazy? You win $572 million, and they're only taxing Social Security on the first $140,000. So the other $571,840,000 is tax-free when it comes to Social Security, which is insane to me. So you figure 35. That's only like $300 million. Imagine winning $1.25 billion and you take the cash payment, and then after taxes, it's only $300 million. I'm over here saying $300 million isn't only, but that's a lot of money going to the government. Powerball tickets are $2 each and are sold in 45 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are extraordinarily low. 1 in 292.2 million, but I don't look at it like that. Here's my thing on the Powerball, whether you win or not. You got a 50-50 shot. Either you win or you don't. If you don't play, you can't win. So you got a 50-50 shot. Unless you don't play, then you have a 0% shot. In general, lottery jackpots have exploded in size over the last decade. When Powerball launched in 1992, the first jackpot was only $5.9 million. Now, the largest Powerball jackpot on record was $2.04 billion won in 2022. Mega Millions followed a similar path. Its first jackpot in the year 2002 was $28 million. That was a lot of money back then, though. Its record prize, $1.602 billion, won August 8th, 2023, ranks as the 4th largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history. 12 of the 20 largest jackpots have occurred just in the last 2 years since 2023. I would ask you all what you would do with the money other than have a very Merry Christmas. You probably say all sorts of ridiculous things. Oh, buy a house and buy a car. Well, of course you are. Ask me the first thing I would do with that money. Nothing. I'd have to calm my nerves. I'd have to start to conceptualize as best I could how my life is going to change when I buy a private plane. Have to think about what my daily routine is going to be like, and then a lot of that money would be dedicated to charities and worthwhile causes, not necessarily charities and nonprofits that already exist, but charities and nonprofits that I may create, because I have seen very unique needs, especially in this city, that are not being addressed even by the plethora of not-for-profit organizations that we have. So it would be a different life, but I'd have to make a whole bunch of people rich, because if I'm rich and everybody around me is not, then they wouldn't want to hang around with me, because they would just ask me to buy everything for them anyway. So I'm like, here, let me break you off a piece, or break you off a piece, or break you off a piece, or break you off a piece. Oh, speaking of breaking off pieces, you know how many Kit Kats I'd buy? I would buy Kit Kat. That would, because you got to buy something dumb. You got $300 million. Even if you're getting 5% return, if you don't spend any of the $300 million and you get a 5% annual return, right? That's $15 million a year without touching your $300 million. Your $300 million is in an annuity or it's in an account. It's in a brokerage account making 5% a year. I put that in bonds. I wouldn't even have to touch it because I think I could live real comfortably off of $15 million a year just in interest payments. Now they're going to tax you, but they're going to tax you at a lower rate. I think capital gains is going to be like, I don't know, 20%. So I'm taking home, $12 million free and clear every year, and my $300 million is still untouched. I would be a whole fool. I'd walk around naked. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Arrest me? I'd buy the police department. I would have a bigger police department than the city of Milwaukee because I would have more money than the city of Milwaukee has to pay the police. I would have Sherwin's mod squad, and they'd walk around naked too. What are you going to do, arrest us? I guess we wouldn't have anywhere to put our guns, though. It'd be filet of fish sandwiches for everybody. Take a break, come back. Make sure you stay tuned to today's program because even if you don't win the Powerball, we want to give you a chance to win $5,000 courtesy of 1017 The Truth and our good friends over at Gruber Law Offices. So we're going to make sure somebody get rich. You're either going to be Powerball rich when I give you what I think the winning numbers are going to be, or you're going to win this $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. And if I'm not mistaken, the next Gruber Law Offices drawing for that $5,000 cash prize is going to be on my show. And just to give you guys a heads up, when we call whoever our winner is going to be in a couple of months, if you're not excited, if you don't have an absolute fit, if you don't yell and scream and remove at least one article of clothing, I'm just not going to give you the money. I'm going to give the money to the person that's the most excited. Capiche? Good. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 FM. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Caladora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive On collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I'm going to give you 2 sets of numbers to play for Powerball. Get your pencil or your pen ready. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me see how many numbers I got here. 1, 2. I'm going to give you 3 sets of numbers to play for Powerball. If you want, you can play all 3 of them. It's really going to triple your chances of winning. But listen, before I give you the numbers, you got to give your boy at least 1.5 now. Don't be acting like that. Don't be greedy. I'm about to make you rich. Person listening, I'm going to make you rich. So get your pencil and your paper ready. I'm going to take a telephone call, and when we're done with the phone call, I'm going to give you 3 sets of Powerball numbers that you should pick because these hoes gonna hit. You understand it? What, Rick? Don't look at me. You know these hoes gonna hit. These hoes gonna hit like a couple of drunk women after the club. Let's talk to Allen. You're on 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Sherwin. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We had a meeting the other day with these developers, our older woman, myself, and some neighbors. It went pretty well. Myself and the older woman had a good conversation. We talked. I explained why I did what I did. We more or less mended the fences. So this a Powerball thing. Obviously, you know, I mean, we played a Powerball. We do. But like I told my wife, that amount of money, you can have money, but then you can have money where the money in and of itself is a problem. That amount of money is so life-changing that even no matter how you try, you can't avoid the problems it would bring. What I would do is, under no circumstance would I ever take the payout. You got to take the annuity, and then you got to have a plan though before
do your own annuity.
You got to bug out.
Take the cash payment, and then you put it in a brokerage account, and your brokerage account will pay you your own annuity in which you have more control over. But however, you know, everybody has their own opinion. That's how Sherwin would do it now. And you're right, that money would bring a lot of problems. But here's a good thing about that money, Allen. Here's a good thing about them. Yes, it would bring problems, but you have so much money that you could mitigate your problems. You're going to need attorneys. You're going to need safety. You're going to need security. You're going to need all those things, and you have enough money to inoculate yourself. Here's the other thing. No individual should ever claim that cash prize. You set up a revocable or non-revocable trust, and the trust accepts the money, and no one knows who owns the trust. Now, I own the trust, but you'll never know that I own the trust because the name of the trust will be some mumbo-jumbo made-up ass name that you can't trace to me. You understand? And my attorney will go and accept the money on my behalf, on behalf of the trust. Y'all will never know it's me because I come to work like ain't nothing changed.
Look how smart you are, man. You live your life like I do. All kidding aside, though, I'm listening to you, and you're making a lot of sense today, man. I don't find anything I could disagree with.
Don't just call me to disagree. Why everybody want to disagree with me? I'm right about almost everything I say. That's why I say it, Allen.
You're not right? I know what I was going to talk about because I was in the car. I had to go buy pads for Little Willie because Little Willie's wetting himself now because of all the noise across the street. So when I shook the developer's hand, he looked, he was going to try to bear in on me. And like I told him, how many gears you got there, Todd? And the cops were just snickering because they knew it was coming down. You could look at his face. It was just like, my God, what a coward. So I should have ground him in the meal like the giant, fee, fi, fo, fum. But anyway, I hope Harris does run. I really do. And I'm kind of glad that the other guy's running, too, because they're both completely unelectable. I agree with you on that, too, for multiple reasons there. But he did lose. Mandela did lose. He never should have lost that race at all to Johnson. I like Senator Johnson. But, as a guy who I talked to. But Barnes is going to lose to Tiffany. Think of that. And then if Harris runs, it's a gimme for anybody. You could run the dog catcher against her, and she ain't going to go nowhere. So have yourself a good one. God bless you. I'll probably talk to you before Christmas. If I don't, have a merry and blessed Christmas, my friend.
All right. Thank you. You too. All right, then. Now, are you guys get your pencils and your paper ready? Rick, you should write these down, too, now. All right, you ready? Main numbers are 7, 18, 29, 44, 63. Your Powerball is going to be 21. I'm going to repeat those numbers. For tomorrow's $1.25 billion Powerball jackpot, the $572.1 million lump sum, the winning numbers will be 7, 18, 29, 44, 63. Your Powerball will be 21. Let me give you another set of numbers. Just for safekeeping, set number 2, 4, 12, 37, 52, 68. Your Powerball will be 9. Damn it, I'm feeling generous. I'll give you a third set of numbers. You can't tell me that these numbers is not going to hit. Rick, write this down now. Why are you not writing? Write it down. I'm trying to help you.
I don't play the Powerball. I just go to Pato.
Oh, good luck with that. Your third set of numbers. In case you want to win the jackpot 3 times. 11, 23, 34, 46, 61, Powerball 26. I'm going to repeat the numbers again, then I'm going to take a break. First set of numbers, 7, 18, 29, 44, 63, Powerball 21. Second set of numbers. These numbers are going to hit. I'm not playing with y'all, okay? Can you imagine if these numbers actually hit, that I will be a global sensation overnight, which I wouldn't want? I'd be a global sensation and probably wouldn't even get rich because whoever wins the Powerball with my numbers wouldn't even break me off a slice. Set number 2, 4, 12, 37, 52, 68. Powerball is 9, and your third and final set of numbers, just in case you want to win it 3 times. Got 3 sets of numbers for you. One of these 3 sets will hit. Third set of numbers, 11, 23, 34, 46, 61, and your third and final Powerball will be 26. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. 12/31/2025.
You get up early and double up on double shifts, all so your kid can play club soccer. Making your family's dreams possible? That's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where you invest in yourself and we invest in you. Where career-focused programs make moving up and earning more possible. Here's to an education that lifts your family higher. Here's how you get there. Here at matc.edu/get there.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you earned $15 an hour and you work 40 hours a week, that is $31,200 per year. If you worked 40 hours a week and made $15 an hour, you would have to work for 18,333 years to earn $572 million. Or you can play the Powerball numbers that I just gave you. And those of you that may have missed the numbers, if you go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com, or open up your YouTube app from your smartphone or other mobile device, search 1017 The Truth, hit subscribe. In the chat, you'll see those numbers that I just mentioned. So if you weren't able to write them down, we put them in the YouTube chat. So if you made $15 an hour and work 40 hours a week, you'd have to work for 18,333 years to earn $572 million. That is longer than recorded human civilization. That is 733 generations of one family working nonstop. Let's say you made $100 an hour, because I know $15 an hour is low. I'm not sure if you can afford rent anywhere in America right now in almost 2026 making $15 an hour. Side note, we are entering our second quarter of the 21st century. We already completed the first quarter century of the 21st century. That's crazy. I remember the party that I went to New Year's Eve, 1999. We went to a friend's house. A friend had a party, because remember we thought the world was going to end because we thought all the computers wouldn't recognize the date change from 99 to 00. Do y'all remember how crazy we were? People went and bought bottled water and duct tape and supplies. People really planned for doomsday. I remember seeing the news stories because we didn't know what was going to happen. You know what happened? Nothing. Not nary a glitch. And everybody went back to the bank the next day, put all that damn money back in the bank. So if you made $100 an hour and took no days off, how long would it take you to earn $572 million, which is the cash payment for tomorrow's Powerball drawing? You'd have to work for 275 years nonstop at $100 an hour. How about spending it? Because I know some of y'all would go broke. You could spend $10,000 a day for 156 years. Oh, well, if you spend $100,000 a day, which is still a hell of a lot of money, your money would run out in 15 and a half years. I could spend $100,000 a day. Easily. Just buy a house for somebody every day. Now, this is much more like it. Spending $1 million per month, but this is also not assuming any like interest payments or whatever, or any compounding of your money. If you just spent the raw $572 million, you could spend $1 million a month for 47 years. You can live an extravagant life without ever checking your bank account and still die with money left over. The average house in the United States is $430,000. If you won the Powerball tomorrow, you could buy. This actually might be a good idea. You could buy 1,330 homes. And let's say, hold on, let me do some quick math. Let's say you bought 1,330 $430,000 properties with the money, right? And then let's say you charged an average of $2,000 a month in rent. You would be a landlord almost as big as Barada. So let me see. Let me do a little math here. So if you bought 1,330 houses and then you charge $2,000 a month for rent, you would be bringing in $2.66 million every single month in rent alone. Nah, you're better off keeping the money. That's an entire small town you could purchase, housing 4,000 to 5,000 people. You could end homelessness in many U.S. cities outright with that amount of money. Right here in this article, it says that the average rent is $1,800 per month. $572 million covers 26,481 people's rent for a year. I ain't paying nobody's rent for a year. I mean, unless I'm sugar daddy. Oh, God, I'd get sugar babies up the wazoo. Why would you not? You have enough money for a sugar baby. Don't get married. If you get married with that money, you got to get a prenup. Because otherwise, somebody would marry you and then just divorce your stupid ass right away and take half of your loot. 2,220 families, you could pay their rent for 10 years. How many people could you feed? Average grocery cost $4,000 per year per person. If you won the Powerball tomorrow, you could feed 143,000 people for a year. 14,300 people you could feed for a decade, or 1,430 people you could feed for 100 years. That's an entire school district, multiple generations, whole communities would never experience hunger again. You can pay off people's student loan debt. Average student loan debt right now in America is $37,000. $572 million wipes out debt for 15,459 graduates. You can pay full tuition for 100,000 plus community college students. You could fund free college for a medium-sized state for years. Healthcare. Average cancer treatment is $150,000. You could pay for the cancer treatment for 3,813 people. You could build hospitals. You could have free healthcare clinics for entire regions, and you can permanently stabilize healthcare access for tens of thousands of Americans. Someone with $572 million experiences what they call permanent freedom. No fear of rent, medical bills, job loss, retirement, emergency. You never have to. I love how they list these things you never have to do once you get that kind of bread. You never have to ask permission. Ooh, that's priceless. Give me that. But, sir, that's my car. You throw $10,000 in their face. Sucker, give me your car. Here's $10,000. Okay, sir. You never have to stay in unsafe situations. You never have to tolerate abusive workplaces. You would never have to delay care or delay rest. your stress baseline would drop to near zero. This isn't rich. This is what they're calling, I've never even heard these terms before, winning $572 million. Now, this is if you take the lump sum. The annuity is $1.250 billion. If you won the money tomorrow with the numbers that I gave you, you would have what is called structural immunity from precarity. I don't even know what that means, and I'm smart. Structural immunity from precarity. $572 million in pennies is 572 million pennies. What? That doesn't sound right. Does that make sense? $572 million in pennies. It's got to be more than 572 million pennies. Because wouldn't 572 million pennies be 572 million cents? Laid end to end, that's 9,000 miles worth of pennies. That's enough pennies to stretch from New York to Tokyo. You could buy 114 million Big Macs. You could eat one Big Mac per day for 312,000 years. At $15 a month, you can pay for 3.2 million years of Netflix. You can pay somebody $20 an hour to follow you around applauding your decisions for 3,260 years. You could accidentally spend $50,000. That is 0.0087% of your wealth, equivalent to somebody with $50,000 losing $4.35. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, where we're going to talk about the extremes between rich and poor on the other side. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be tired if y'all still messing with the negative energy. Every day I get on and say, the power of the tongue. Your impulsive negative thoughts, reacting, and these kids watching you reacting all wild and crazy. The programming you watching on TV, the music. And now, like Security Mike said, it's popular to pop somebody. It's popular now. And these kids coming back, they coming back to somebody's house. They coming to eat a meal at somebody's house. They hanging out with somebody in the neighborhood who got a house, who paying the rent. They hanging out with you. They may be your relative. They may be your buddy. That social acceptance is there. Understand what I'm saying? So when we really tired, we gonna cut it off. We gonna stop it.
Tune in to all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows all day, every day by downloading the Truth app.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
A TUC. It's called the Senate Civil Suits for Unauthorized Data Seizures. And the continuing resolution that had to be voted on in order to open the government authorizes U.S. senators to file civil lawsuits against the U.S. government, including the Department of Justice, for up to $500,000 in damages per violation if federal law enforcement seizes or subpoenas their phone or other data without prior notification. Hold on, wait a minute. If you have been accused of a crime and there's evidence and probable cause, and the federal government or any investigating agency gets a warrant from a judge to seize your cell phone records, there's nothing you can do about that.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 2 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We talked about winning tomorrow's Powerball for a full hour. I hope you guys win. I did provide several sets of winning numbers. I posted them in the YouTube chat, or you can just open up this YouTube show that is playing live and just rewind to about, 15, 20 minutes ago, and you can get the numbers that way. But since we are on the conversation of extreme wealth, here in the United States, we know that we have some pretty major gaps between the wealthiest individuals and the poorest individuals, but I want to look at more than just individual people. I want to look at the places where the wealthiest people live. Like, what is it like? What are their towns like? What are their cities like? What amenities do they have? What do they see when they look out the window? And I want to compare that to, and it's all interchangeable because what is the poorest and the wealthiest zip code can change really from month to month, especially year to year. But for the most part, I know this much, that 2/3 of the wealthiest zip codes in America are in blue states. All of the poorest zip codes are in red states. Now, I'm not necessarily making a direct correlation to politics, but Republicans don't do much about poverty. And if you believe that they do, I am all ears. Right now, the Republicans don't want to give people with lower incomes subsidies that they've always had, or they've had for the last 10 years. They don't want to even extend subsidies so that people who have lower incomes can even afford to go to the doctor. That being said, I can't find or pinpoint any other Republican policy that is designed to reduce, eradicate, eliminate, or ease the suffering of poor people, because I'll be honest with you, if Republicans had such a message and such a policy, they would run on it and they would win. But when the individual who is currently the head of the Republican Party cannot really relate to people who have lower incomes, then I would say that he's not the best equipped person to create a policy or a program that can help ease the suffering of those people that are poor. So some of the contrast that exists between the wealthiest zip codes and the poorest zip codes, I personally think that they are immoral. But then there's a question I want to ask you, and it's mostly a rhetorical question because I'm not sure if it has an answer, especially if you would consider yourself a Christian. If you are a poor person, are you less than? Do you deserve less because you don't have money for whatever reason? Maybe you gambled it all away. Maybe you were born poor. Maybe some other adverse situations happened to you. Maybe you lost everything in a divorce. Maybe you lost all of your money because you had really high medical bills and you had to file bankruptcy. Or what if your job was taken because of AI, or you were downsized, or the company that you had worked for many, many years that did not provide you a pension nor any union protections decided they wanted to pack up and move overseas and you were left with nothing? What if you were dealing with substance abuse and you became homeless and you've been out of a job for a very long time and you live in one of these very poor zip codes? Or you can live anywhere and just be a poor person. Are you less than a human being? Do we ascribe negative personality traits to people that don't have money? There are a lot of folks who are living paycheck to paycheck. In fact, most people, quite honestly, if they lost their job and went without a paycheck for even a month or two, they might find themselves in a very, very desperate situation. And if it's you, are you now less of a person because, you didn't know about money, you didn't financially plan, you didn't put money away for savings? Does that give us the right to make judgments about your character as a human being? Yes or no? Are poor people less than human? And if you answer no, then we should have some moral obligation to ease at least some of the suffering experienced by the poorest people. Or Or we can take the opposite approach, screw them. Let them die. They can't get health care anyway. Maybe the world will be a better place without them. Now, I don't want to be extreme here, but it seems like that is what the approach is. The top 3 wealthiest zip codes by average household income based on census data. Atherton, California, zip code 94027, better known as Silicon Valley. They're just saying that the average income per household is better than $250,000 per year. Because when people have this kind of affluence and this wealth, you never really know how much money they actually have, because what is reported to the IRS is their income. They can have assets like art, jewelry, other property, other assets that aren't taxed the same way by the IRS, but add to their overall net worth. You see what I mean? So we're basing this off of their income, the amount of money they're getting in dividend payments or interest payments or salaries, et cetera, et cetera. So 54027, which is Atherton, California, better known as Silicon Valley. Average median household income is better than $250,000 a year. The next, of course, Palm Beach, Florida, and the only red state that appears to have a zip code that is one of the wealthiest in the nation. That is 33480. It is an affluent coastal area. Median household income, again, is better than $250,000 a year. And then the next zip code, of course, in California. Don't know why people hate California so much. 2 of the 3 wealthiest zip codes in America are in California. Palo Alto, California, which is a tech hub. Again, median household income is better than $250,000. The 3 poorest zip codes. 16501, Erie, Pennsylvania. Median household income, $10,873 to $15,000 per household. That's per household, not per person. This is different than per capita. A household could have 5 people in it. The average household income in Erie, Pennsylvania, zip code 16501, is between $10,800 and $15,000 per house. This next one I never would have guessed. It's Dallas, Texas. And so many of y'all want to move to Dallas, huh? Zip code 75210. But I guess just like Milwaukee has got 53202. Milwaukee also has 53205, 53206, 53223. So I suppose every metro area has got a very poor zip code. Dallas, Texas, per capita income in the wealthiest zip code. So this is per person. So this even includes children. So when you talk about per capita income, every single person in these wealthy zip codes has at least $100,000. That's including babies. So per person, there's between $100,000 and $200,000 per person in the wealthiest zip codes. In the poorest zip codes, between $8,000 and $15,000 per person. Life expectancy in the wealthiest zip codes, 90 plus. In the poorest zip codes, it's 70. Schools in the wealthiest zip codes, excellent public and private options, top-rated districts with high graduation rates, and all the resources a student could ever ask for. In the poorest zip codes, underfunded schools, lower performance ratings, and a higher dropout rate. I think that is immoral. Even though I've also revised my perspective on education, I used to say education was the great equalizer. If you got a good education, you could do anything, you could be anything, you could rise above your circumstances and your situations. Not only that, the education that you get benefits your entire community, because people with 4-year degrees, this is an average now, pay, because their incomes are higher, pay $300,000 more in taxes than they ever receive, whereas people with high school diplomas or people who have dropped out of high school actually receive more tax benefits than they ever pay in. So you can say whatever you want about higher education, but people that have 4-year degrees on average pay more taxes that are used to subsidize the lives and the benefits of people who did not finish school. But I suppose that's neither here nor there. But I used to think that in education, and to some extent it can be, it's just not universal. I used to believe that if you got a really high quality education, I don't know, a master's degree or a bachelor's degree or whatever the hell, that you could have every opportunity in the world. Not necessarily. The wealthiest people, let's assume that they have an education as well. Somebody in that family's got a degree. The schools that they can afford to either go to or send their children to are so in the stratosphere and are so top tier, it's a different kind and level of education than a working class person would ever be able to experience. In very rare circumstances do people from poor and disadvantaged backgrounds, especially if you're a minority or an immigrant, chances are you getting into an Ivy League school, now that Ivy League schools have been federally banned from looking at immigration status and looking at race and looking at gender and looking at all of those things that put somebody in a protected class. Like, colleges can't use that anymore when it comes to admission, which means that the best colleges and universities, I'm talking about world-renowned Ivy League colleges and universities, are only going to be reserved for rich people. And if you think the same kind of education can be had at a Harvard or a Princeton or a Yale or a Dartmouth or a Penn or an Oxford can be had at UW-Eau Claire, then you don't quite understand how the education system works. It's not even that you learn more or learn better. The people that you will be attending class and school with at a Harvard, at a Princeton, at a Penn, at a Dartmouth, at a Yale, etc., they're going to be ambassadors. They're going to be presidents of nations. They're going to be CEOs of not Fortune 500 companies, Fortune 10 companies, Fortune 5 companies. The people that you get to know will have an amount of influence and power that you can always rely on because you can say you went to school with that person. And the networks that they build in some of those wealthy institutions protect all of those students for the most part for life. Now, those networks do exist at smaller schools and at state schools, but not to the same extent. Healthcare. In the wealthiest zip codes, they have abundant, top-tier, internationally renowned hospitals, specialists, private clinics, and a multitude of preventative care options. In the poor zip codes, limited access, reliance on public or community clinics, often with long wait times. The amenities in the wealthiest zip codes: extensive private clubs, parks, cultural venues, and high-end shopping. In the poorest zip codes, basic or limited community centers, public parks with little maintenance, recreational activities in the wealthy zip codes, diverse and premium golf courses, beaches, hiking trails, yacht clubs, and fitness centers. In the poorest zip codes, restricted public parks, community recreation, fewer organized premium options. Grocery stores. Numerous high-quality options, including organic and specialty stores. In poorer neighborhoods, the poorest zip codes in America, few, if any, full-service grocery stores. High prevalence of convenience stores, food deserts, and unhealthy fast food. Restaurants in the wealthiest zip codes, you already know this, a wide variety of upscale, fine dining, and international options. In the poorest zip codes in America, it is fast food, casual, or limited or non-existent fine dining. Fast food in the wealthiest zip codes is barely existent. That's crazy. In poor zip codes in America, the three poorest zip codes, fast food is the prevalent and primary source of calories. That is insane to me. I think it's immoral. But are the people immoral? If you live or were born into one of the poorest zip codes in America, do you just deserve less because for whatever reason you don't have a lot of money? Your family doesn't have a lot of money. You don't have a lot of money to feed and clothe your children. Are you less of a person? Even if you didn't do anything wrong, let's say you followed all of the rules. You were just born there. And not everybody, contrary to popular belief, can pull themselves up by their bootstraps and make it out. You got to have a special and unique talent. And here's the thing about your special and unique talent. Someone has to identify it in you before you identify it in yourself. This is why I've always had an issue with white people being our primary instructors in schools. Because if you think about it, there is not a school in America where the majority of the student body is Caucasian and the majority of the teachers are either black or non-white. And I'm not blaming anybody for this, but there's cultural differences. I think black teachers probably have a better eye for talent. They probably can identify talent, like extraordinary scholastic ability in white children, better than a white teacher can identify that in a black child, because in a black child, it may come out as ADHD. It may come out as anxiety. And a brilliant black child in a circumstance that is not built for black children to even be brilliant, let alone express their brilliance and their creativity, looks like behavior problems. Do you know how many brilliant black children we have that are right now suspended from school? Because they're so damn bored because they're not being challenged by anything that they are now, not only are they admonished from the classroom, they're going to have a negative viewpoint of learning for the rest of their lives, which at some point is going to end them either in one of these poor zip codes or in prison, and probably both. You're listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Are poor people less righteous and less moral and deserve less simply because they have less or no money in their bank accounts? What say you? Text me and let me know at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. And our rich people just simply closer to God. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Harder Canal Street Spotlight, this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Marco Morrison, Executive Director at College Possible, a nonprofit organization that helps low-income and first-generation students with the college process and sets them up for success in college. Again, that is the Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Harder Canal Street Spotlight, this Wednesday with College Possible at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sharon needed legal help. She needed Gruber Law Offices.
When I think about Gruber Law Office, I think about how they took care of me, how they make sure that you get what you're supposed to get. Gruber Law Office. One call, that's all. I will always trust one call, that's all.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
They are the best. I'm very happy.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Some of these low-income zip codes are so neck and neck. There's actually 6 zip codes that are technically the 3 poorest. Isn't that crazy? They're so close in their poverty that you can't even really pick 3 because there are a total of 6 whose incomes are so incredibly low, they're all basically tied. These other zip codes include 39113. I know you guys recognize that 39. That is the first 2 numbers of a Mississippi zip code. In fact, Mayersville, Mississippi, which covers Mayersville and Issaquah County. Life expectancy is 69 years of age. The state of Mississippi, regardless of zip code, has one of the lowest state life expectancies nationally. Many small towns and low-income Mississippi counties show life expectancies in the low to mid-70s on average, with some of the poorest zip codes, life expectancies are in the 60s. That's like third world country. Amenities and the built environment in the Mississippi zip code of 39113, one of the absolute poorest zip codes in America. Small local public schools with limited resources, small student populations, and high poverty rates in the district. Healthcare facilities are limited to non-existent. Nearest full hospitals often are miles away. With no public transportation infrastructure and very few people with automobiles, healthcare is difficult to obtain. Local clinics may be sparse. Rural hospital closures and low provider density are common in such counties. For recreation, there are minimal formal recreational infrastructures, few parks. If they are in existence, they are small, limited, not very well maintained. Leisure options are constrained by the low local tax base. Grocery and food shopping, likely limited access to large grocery stores, small markets or convenience stores. Food access challenges, fewer full-service supermarkets. In rural, low-income Mississippi zip codes, the USDA Food Access Research documents this pattern all throughout the poorest zip codes in the country. We don't even feed poor people, and we got all this food in this damn country. Restaurant/fast food in the poorest zip code of Mississippi. Very few sit-down restaurant options. Fast food presence may be the only or its concentrated form of food available outside of the home. Zip code 70082, Point Allahatchie, Louisiana. Income snapshot, $8,000 per person per year. You can't live on that. What are you going to do with $8,000 besides give it away to somebody? So $8,000 a year is $650 a month, right? Is that about right? You can't even, so let's say your rent is $500. Can you find $500 rent anywhere in America? If your annual income is $8,000 a year, okay, let's say you do find rent for $500. You have $150 for the rest of the month. You have to eat, you got to pay utilities, you need transportation, you're going to need health care. Life expectancy in Point Allahatchie, Louisiana is in the mid-70s. I guess that's not as bad as Mississippi. Plaquemines Parish. They got weird names for stuff in Louisiana because it's all French and Cajun influence. Plaquemines Parish, County Parish. Life expectancy generally around 75 years old in parish level rankings. Poorer sub-areas and isolated communities often show worse health outcomes than parish averages. Small public schools with limited enrollment, high dropout rates, low college admissions and graduation rates, local school funding constrained by the tax base. They're all the same. And then there's the third one is Enlow, Texas. Average income $14,000 to $16,000 per year. Life expectancy 71 years old. School, same thing. Underfunded, limited by their tax base. Healthcare facilities are sparse. Minimal recreation, 0 fitness facilities. Local parks, if they exist, are poorly maintained. Outdoor public infrastructure limited. Grocery and food shopping likely limited to convenience stores, small grocery stores near a supermarket, often miles away. Food deserts are profound. Fast food, again, is the primary source of calories. Wealthy zip codes per person and median household incomes are 10 to 100 times higher than the poorest zip codes in America. Poorest zip codes, median household incomes are between $15,000 on the high end, $25,000 a year. Point Allahatchie, Louisiana has an annual income of $12,000 a year. The wealthiest zip codes have the proximity to major hospitals, specialists, abundant private patient care, short travel times, and low wait times at healthcare facilities. Poorer zip codes have sparse local healthcare infrastructure, longer travel to hospitals, fewer specialists, documented driver of poorer health outcomes, and that is one of the main predictors of the low life expectancy. Is it fair? Do they just deserve less because they don't have a lot of money? Or maybe the other question is, do rich people deserve all the help that they get? If it is a moral question, which I don't even want to ask an American a moral question because we're going to fail. Because we elected someone based, listen to me now, listen. Disagree all you want to. No, disagree with your mama. Don't disagree with me. We elected a man based on his lack of morality. I think there are some people in this country, and they have their reasons, but here's the other thing I learned about Trump supporters. Most of them are lying. When you ask them directly why they voted for him, they're going to lie. They're going to give you an answer that is the least offensive. But I think they wanted to vote for someone who will represent a part of themselves that is immoral, but because they need to save face and maintain a decent, status and standing at their job and in their community, they can't publicly announce some of their worst impulses and why Donald Trump is their preferred candidate. They'll say something like, because he's a businessman. He was elected because of his lack of morality. And his lack of morality will be used as a cudgel against people that we sometimes hate. If you don't like minorities, like I got a story right here where, you guys familiar with the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission? So that's a federal agency, and they exist to pursue claims of discrimination when you work for a private employer. So if you were discriminated against, I got a story about, I don't even know if I want to share this story with you because of how much you all use Amazon. It is one of the worst cases of employment discrimination I have ever read. And I used to read cases of employment discrimination for fun, just so I can get familiar with what other Americans have to deal with on the job, because you may think you're getting discriminated against. You should read some of these EEOC claims, especially when it comes to white employers that have black employees in the South. The discrimination is abound. So here's something else that we're finding out about Project 2025. They are no longer going to pursue discrimination cases brought to the EEOC. The people who were at the EEOC, whose main job it was to pursue and take action against employers that have documented cases of discrimination, those people are no longer there. They're being fired, they're being cut, or they're being reassigned. And it's in Project 2025 because they say when someone is able to pursue job discrimination, it impacts merit-based hiring. That doesn't even make any sense to me. I probably should share the article with you, but the example they use is, of course, it's a black woman who worked for Amazon who couldn't even stop to use the bathroom without being disciplined. They gave her a contraption. Ladies, you know what this contraption is? It's like a cup that you put on your hoo-ha, and it's got a tube coming off the end of it, and you put the tube in a bottle. They wanted this woman to urinate in her truck. And she gives an example of where she urinates in this contraption. You stick it up to your hoo-ha, and it's got a tube coming off of it, and then the tube you can put into a bottle. They literally, this is Amazon now. They want this woman to urinate in a bottle. So this lady says she went to the back of her truck, and she urinated, and then she opened up her truck because she was at a stop at somebody's house, but she was in the truck. She went to the back of the truck to pee-pee. And she used the contraption and she hooked up to her hoo-ha. Looks like a little suction cup. You put it on the hoo-ha, and then you pee-pee, and the pee-pee goes into a tube, and you put the tube in a bottle. What? She said that when she got done pee-peeing, she opened up the truck, but she opened up the truck before she, zipped her pants, and she said the family was standing outside of the open door of the truck, and it was very embarrassing for her. But this is what this woman had to do to not get disciplined by Amazon, because she said she got kidney problems and got yeast infections because of how long that she would have to hold her pee-pee. Now, she doesn't work for Amazon anymore. She works for a nursing home now, and she said she has to, retrain her mind, because at the nursing home, she can go pee-pee whenever she wants to. She doesn't have to ask permission, but she's still in the frame of mind of when she worked for Amazon, where she was afraid to go pee-pee, because if she went to go pee-pee, the supervisor would call her and they would give her demerit points for going to pee-pee. That hurts my feelings. And so this woman went to the EEOC to say, hey, Amazon is discriminating against it because I can't even go pee-pee without being disciplined. And the EEOC is like, yeah, in Project 2025, we're not pursuing these discrimination claims anymore. And here's what her case was. Her case wasn't about race. Her case was because she's a woman, it makes it less convenient for her to go pee-pee because, men, we'll pee anywhere. You guys remember Bob calling? Of course you do, because he calls every day. But he called, a few months ago, and he talked about when he had to go to the bathroom. But the gas station owner wouldn't give him the key to the restroom, and Bob he said he pulled out his little tallywhacker, and he went pee-pee just on the side of the building, outside, during the day. And then a cop came up, and a cop saw Bob's little tallywhacker, because Bob was holding his little tallywhacker going pee-pee on the side of a building, but apparently Bob didn't get in trouble because the gas station owner didn't give Bob the key. I'm saying that to say this. Men will pee anywhere. Rick, where's the strangest place you went pee-pee? Other than on someone. The strangest place that you ever went pee-pee.
Do you really want to know?
I really do. Because I've peed. I've peed in my own yard before.
Where did you pee? What's the strangest place you peed? And I'll answer. About to get us some R. Kelly stuff.
Hey, hold on. I said other than on someone.
Oh.
All right. No, never mind. You answered the question.
Oh, I mean outside on a tree or something.
Okay.
I thought we was taking it beyond limits.
Strangest for me, probably off of the roof of an apartment building.
Why would you do that?
Because the bathroom was far away.
What?
There was nobody down there.
You don't know that.
Well,
you gave somebody a golden shower from the ceiling? From the roof?
No, I don't think there was anybody down there. But you know how people say, there's that saying, oh, don't pee on me and tell me that it's raining. Well, baby.
Oh, man.
I was young. And we were kids. We were on the roof of this apartment building. I had to go pee-pee.
Oh, you got that little kid piss. Oh.
You should have seen the stream.
It was strong because as kids, you ain't drink nothing but juice and Kool-Aid and juicy juice.
Hold on. I wasn't that young now. I was 12. And it was a long drop. In fact, by the time I finished, the stream I'd finished. And by the time I finished, that's when the stream hit the ground. That's how far down it went. It was neat to watch. Am I telling too much on the radio?
Yeah, you kind of are.
It was a long time. It was in the 80s. Everything was different in the 80s. You could pee wherever you wanted to in the 80s. Now, because there wasn't cameras everywhere. Imagine living in a world when you were in public, there was literally no cameras. We don't even know what that's like anymore. Everywhere I go, I'm expected to be surveilled. Back then, you were just out in the world raw. Nobody knew where you were. There was no cell phones. There was no pagers. No one was tracked. You were just in the world, raw dog in the universe.
You was laughing, too, after you got done, wasn't you?
We all were.
Yeah, you was that type of kid.
Sherwin, what are you doing? I got to go pee-pee.
You was a little a-hole.
I just was an unsupervised child for a good portion of my childhood. Why don't we do this? Let's take a break, come back. I should talk about that Amazon story, but I don't want you guys to get so offended that you no longer shop at Amazon, because right now, at this point, I get my stuff on Amazon. Damn near everything. All of my Christmas gifts I'm buying for people are all coming from Amazon. But the quotas they put on their workers are so bad. It's so draconian. It's so unfair. It's like subhuman. But that's the sacrifice that has to get made for us to get our damn packages. I ordered some dental floss one time from Amazon. It came the same day. Never would I have thought in a million years that somebody can't go pee-pee because I got to get my damn dental floss. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single-game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Thank you, Z. Z texted in and said the tube is called a shiwi. Women in construction use it all the time. That's terrifying. Why can't people go to the bathroom? Why can't you just go use a facility? Have you looked it up, Rick? You see what it is? It's like you hook it up, you attach it to a lady attaches it to her chocha.
It makes her a boy to pee.
Yeah, right. And Zach is doing an impression.
She can stand up and next to you and pee. You can hold it.
No.
You can hold it for it, actually.
I don't want to hold that thing. I don't want to hold no shiwi. That's me. That's like me being the girl. Hey, Sherwin, you want to hold my shiwi for me while I go pee-pee? No, ma'am. I'd rather not. Have you guys heard of this before? Maybe I'm just in the dark. Ladies, are you familiar with a shiwi? SHEWEE, and it's a plastic contraption that you put your piña. You put your piña in the shiwi, and then there's a funnel coming out of the part that you attach to your piña, and then just look it up. Okay, it's not fair. In August of 2022, just after Prime Day, Leah Cross started working at as an Amazon delivery driver in Colorado. She took the job because she had long heard that it was decent and paid well. She thought it would be a way to get her foot in with a reputable company that offered good benefits. But in the end, it was kind of the opposite, she said, in her experience. What Cross found soon after starting was shocking, she said. The company gave her quotas so high that she was making over 200 stops a day. Each stop included delivering to dozens of homes. She was closely monitored by video cameras, and if she started to lag behind the company's prescribed targets, a supervisor would call her. She was working 10 to 12-hour days, but the quotas meant that she didn't have any time for necessary breaks. One day earlier in her employment at Amazon, she stopped to get menstruation products and got a disciplinary call from a dispatch officer. Normally, that would have resulted in a write-up, but she got away with a verbal warning. The inability to take bathroom breaks became a particular problem. If she stopped at a bathroom along her route, she would receive calls from supervisors asking where she was going, and if she was lost. Higher-ups told her that in order to meet the company's quotas, she would have to, quote, buy devices. She recalled she ended up getting a funnel that facilitated urinating into a water bottle. She tried to hold her bladder for as long as possible, but once it became a dire situation, she said, she had to close the van doors and urinate into a bottle in the back, carefully avoiding the surveillance cameras that are in the truck. She started bringing a gym bag packed with supplies, bottles to hold her urine, trash bags to dispose of them, and extra clothes in case she peed on what she was wearing. Let's talk to, who is this on line one? Hello?
What's going on, young man?
Hello there.
How you doing?
I'm good, Mr. Mahdi. How you doing?
Nothing. Ricky said he wants some pizza. What you want?
No, you can't bring us food.
No, there's food down there.
No, you can't do that. I think we get in trouble for that. Ricky, why are you telling him?
Serious?
Yes. You know we can't just ask listeners and have listeners bring us food. We're not supposed to do that.
No, I'm saying y'all restaurants down there, we can't buy y'all food and tell them to bring them to y'all.
I don't think so. I don't think you can bring us a large pepperoni and sausage pizza with black olives and grilled peppers on it. I don't think you can do that.
I'm saying y'all got a lot of restaurants down there. I can't go over there. I can't go down there and tell them, hey, get us the 101 The Truth, Ricky and Hughes.
I don't think that we're able to do that. We can't have people buy us food. Here's the thing. If you're going to buy us food, you should have just did it. You can't say it on the radio now because not everybody and their mama heard it. Like, we actually can't accept food from people because that's not fair. But now you just... So now you can't bring us a pepperoni and sausage pizza with green onions and jalapeno pepper. You can't bring us a pepperoni and sausage pizza. You can't bring a large one. You can't do that with black olives on it. That would be terrible. I'd be very offended if you. Yeah, don't do that. No, not pepperoni. So not an 18-inch, not a thin crust. No. Be very angry.
So you say you'll be very angry as a pepperoni.
Oh, yeah, I would be real mad if I had pepperoni and sausage on it and it was piping hot. Ooh, I'd be angry. I'd be like, take this pizza out of here. Huh? Don't stop writing it down. I said, don't.
Stop trying to figure out what I'm doing. You said you'll be mad if it was a thin crust or a thick crust.
I'd be mad at both of them, but I'd be even more mad at the thin crust. That would just make me, I'd be furious if it was thin crust. But if they don't have it, regular crust. I'm just saying, I would be really, don't do it now.
But I just want to know what you like for the future. So pepperoni. What'd you say? Pepperoni.
I can't.
Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
Pepperoni, sauce. I just want to know for the future, man.
Actually, you know what?
Pepperoni.
I shouldn't be eating no pork, right? Pork ain't good for you. You ain't supposed to eat no pork now. Veggie.
No, you don't eat that swine. Can you put chicken on there? Chicken and beef?
No, I probably should just do veggie. But I don't want no pizza though. I don't want a large thin crust veggie pizza. That'd be terrible. Terribly healthy.
But do man, look, this is America, man. I'll be down that way in a minute.
No, don't listen. You can't come down here. Can't do that. Can't come down here and buy
now we can't even come down there, man. Let me call my daddy Trump, man. Come on, Scott. Now we can't come visit y'all. What's happening,
man? Really, you technically can't. Because we've had problems with visitors before. You can't come here with pizza or without pizza.
Hey.
You can't come here even though it's the holiday season. You can't do that.
Hey, let me go in one of my suit coats and grab one of these blue plates. So, because I don't know if they take credit cards down there.
That's all they take. You can't spend cash.
Oh, that's good.
Don't come here though. Well, I gotta go. I gotta take a commercial break. But don't you come here with a pizza.
Love you, bro.
I gotta go now. Rick, I told him not to come, didn't I? I told him, don't you come here with a pizza, thin crust, regular crust. I mean, I said pepperoni, but I shouldn't be eating no swine. Shouldn't get a large veggie with black olives and onions on it. Not bell peppers. Why would you do that? Why would you put bell peppers and jalapenos on a pizza? Why would it be piping hot and cheesy? And, you know, Pizza Shuttle, they put extra cheese on their pizza. If you ask for extra cheese, they look at you sideways like, are you sure? They put a lot of cheese. He better not come here. Rick, if he comes here with a pizza, you tell him he got to leave now. All right. Zach, you too. Zach in there? Zach, if Mighty come with a piping hot pizza with steam coming off of it, tell him, get out of here, man. Don't come here with a pizza. Boo. Pizza. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker, and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
You hit the library, hard, and keep your eyes on the prize. Also, one day you can earn that bachelor's. Finishing what you start where you want, that's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where smart programs prep you for next-level challenges. Earning your bachelor's can start right away, and graduation is just the beginning. Here's to an education that takes you farther. Here's how you get there. Here at matc.edu/get there.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply until 12/31/2025.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Lucky Dove says, I heard they have famous purple pie down there. That's really good. Yeah, nobody want to eat no purple pie, man. Pink, maybe. I don't eat no. Don't come down here with no pizza. I said it. Don't make me have to repeat myself. Don't bring us a thin crusted large pizza with all the vegetables on it. I would be very unhappy. Leah Cross's inability to take regular bathroom breaks while she was an Amazon driver led to kidney issues and yeast infections. Even today, she deals with the after effects, having to remind herself that her current job at a nursing home, she can, in fact, use the bathroom whenever she needs to. She says, it's something I still have to work on to get over. In May of 2023, Cross filed a complaint with the Colorado Civil Rights Division, a state-level agency that processes workplace discrimination claims under state law, as well as on behalf of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. That is the sole federal agency tasked with enforcing private sector workers' rights. She alleged that Amazon discriminated against her and other delivery drivers by imposing such demanding quotas that they were forced to go without bathroom breaks, a practice she alleged had a disparate impact on people with vaginas who struggled to pee into bottles. Quote, disparate impact is a legal standard that requires courts to look at that impact, not the intent of laws, to determine if they are, in fact, discriminatory. To find that Amazon had discriminated on a disparate impact basis, the agency wouldn't need to uncover evidence of deliberate discrimination against women. Even a universal policy like denying all workers bathroom breaks could be discriminatory if it disproportionately harmed a protected class of workers under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which prohibits discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. Cross's claim was later transferred to the EEOC. The agency told her in December of 2024 that it was, quote, very interested in moving forward with her case. Cross described herself as a wallflower, not eager to bring spotlight on herself, but she knew bringing the case against Amazon would represent something much greater than just her life. But in late September, Cross was notified by the EEOC that her charge was being closed. So when she filed the complaint, Biden, her case was dismissed. Trump. It was not for lack of evidence that her case was being closed. It didn't have anything to do with the merits of her allegation at all. The agency had, after years of precedent, its own statute and settled law, decided to abandon every single disparate impact discrimination charge and case brought before it. It's infuriating, Cross said. It seems, she said, that her experience didn't matter. Quote, you fight this long just for that basic human decency, and you're trying to put your faith in that. Disparate impact cases involve employer policies or practices that appear to be neutral but result in a discriminatory outcome without having any relevance to the job itself. Think of a height and weight test to be a firefighter, a poor substitute for strength tests that excludes women, or mandatory medical exams for retail jobs that systematically shut out people with disabilities who could otherwise perform the work. Proving that something violates the disparate impact standard does not require proving that there was intent to discriminate, which is a higher bar to clear, just that the outcome was unnecessarily discriminatory. Project 2025, the Heritage Foundation's detailed document that outlines priorities for a future Republican administration, called for the ending and the use of disparate impact, claiming it, quote, makes everything presumed illegal unless given special dispensation by the federal government, pointing to the fact that interracial marriages are increasing. It argues that, quote, many Americans do not neatly fit into crude racial categories anymore, and that disparities do not and should not be legally implied when it comes to discrimination. Basically, if you're discriminated against, the Trump administration does not care. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be back for Hour 3.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you, and then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube,
where strong voices meet strong opinions.
The district had as a whole was 59.5. That was awful. It was bad. But it is not just the MPS story. It is a story for the city of Milwaukee when you talk about some of these schools. So when we talk about the state of education, we just can't always talk about MPS. We got to talk about Milwaukee as a whole and why there are so many failing schools in Milwaukee. But we bash MPS, understand it is beyond MPS. MPS just has to educate your kids. But I love the fact that we have a new superintendent that is acknowledging that these scores are not good enough. I love the level of accountability. Casellia said in response to the results, she said, we need to grow more and faster to truly meet and exceed the expectations that our families and community have for us and the expectations we have for each other as educators. Our new literacy plan is the first step towards a stronger growth. And I love it.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from 12 to 1, streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Welcome to Hour 3 of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Appreciate you guys being here with me and Ricky. And Zach is in the producer studio as well. There's an accomplishment that the Trump administration has, in fact, racked up. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I do want to talk about it. Also, want to let you guys know I am putting together my best of year of 2025 show where we go over the top headlines of the year 2025. It is insane how many things happened. Just the war that Donald Trump had with the media, like the media is no longer allowed in press briefings. Only hand-selected conservative media can even be in the press pool. The media has been kicked out of the Pentagon. The war that Donald Trump had with late-night comedians and host Jimmy Kimmel, like so much stuff has happened. As I'm going through some of these stories, some of the stuff, it doesn't even seem like it happened this year. But 2025 was just the year that just kept on giving as far as headlines go. Of course, the immigration crackdowns, the National Guard being dispatched to American cities, and even the local things that happen here. So I'm having a really tough time trying to narrow down our top stories of the year into a 3-hour show because so many things happen. Right now, let's talk to, hey, Al. Ricky wanted me to ask you a question.
No, I didn't ask that. I didn't say that. I said, don't ask Al a question.
Ricky, you sure you?
Well, what's wrong?
Don't ask him. I didn't. I literally told you not to ask him.
Well, don't answer it, Al. But somebody will.
Don't ask the question.
Well, what's wrong? I mean, ain't like nobody gonna do anything. Like, what's wrong?
Exactly. Somebody was curious. Where was the most unusual place you ever went pee? But don't answer it. Please don't. Do not answer that.
You said where?
Yes. Don't answer it though.
Say that one more time.
The most unusual place you ever went pee. The weirdest place. Don't answer though.
Oh. Okay. But y'all already know. Okay. Anyway. It starts with the mindset. And before I go, happy Crack That Taco Tuesday. If you want to be rich, you cannot think tradition. That never works. Also, you got to figure out what is your position with the rich. Because some rich people think very, very poor. Prime example, if you're around a certain group of people and all they do is they brag about their houses and their cars, they don't got no money. That's poor money. Very wealthy, rich, old compound interests, they don't brag. They talk about investments. You might be going to Bristol, Calm Pines, Nakawika Lake, Delafield, Heartland, Oak Forest, Illinois, Crystal Lake, to the gated communities. You will not be going to no neighborhoods that's near the highways. You might be going to River Hills, Bayside. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you got to figure out your position. And when you are dealing with the rich, just be a consultant, which means you just be yourself. You be the answer to all their questions, and they will want to do stuff for you. You don't have to portray yourself. But if a person is bragging about how much money they got or where they live, that person they can't do nothing for you because that's hard money. And what I was going to ask you, Mr. Hughes, if you get a chance, can you make 2 AI songs? One would be called My Jawbones is Strong, and the other song would be I Got That Johnson Bar. You know what a Johnson bar is?
No.
Okay, a Johnson bar is where the sledgehammer won't work on the concrete. The Johnson bar is long and it's nothing but steel, but it can get inside any hole and any dimension, and it can lift that concrete up. So if you could be so kind and make a song called I Got That Johnson's Bar, and all construction workers and contractors know the power of that Johnson's bar. Because sometimes that big sledgehammer, no matter how much you pound and pound, it will never break the concrete. But the Johnson bar know how to get it in and lift it up. But I want all you to become rich. But you got to change your mindset. And don't do nothing that's normal. And you can break the rich too. Only thing you got to do is have class when you speak. And don't brag on something that you're not, because they're not going to want to spend the money. Why do you think when it came to Rahab and Jezebel, all the people who was running away from their wives ran to them? Because they came with no judgment, and they was a consultant. Have a great day, everybody, and make sure you crack that taco. Bye-bye.
I'm not going to make a song about a Johnson bar. No way. I'm not going to do that. It didn't sound construction related. He tried to make it seem like it's a tool that's used in construction, but I think he meant something else. And I would never make a song about a subject matter that's inappropriate. You know, being the experienced music producer that I am, I have my own AI record label. We have a couple of artists. In fact, Leroy Ellison is going to be the hottest new artist of 2026. We like to keep our music above board because I hear from so many of you that think that negative music is feeding our young people and pushing them in the wrong direction. So I want to make sure that the music that we create at YBR Studios, which is the name of my studio and my production company, the music that we make is above board, and the old people can be proud of it because the old folks say, oh, it's the music, Sherwin. The music is filling these young kids' heads with very bad things, and they're doing bad things, and they have very bad habits because of the music, because the music is so bad. So I don't want to make bad music, and I'm not going to make a song about Al's Johnson bar. He did have, what was his other request? The other one was some probably just as dirty. Linda said that she made up a dance to the Sugar Honey Iced Tea song. So, Linda, why don't you do this? Why don't you send a video of you dancing to the Sugar Honey Iced Tea song, and then I want you to send that video to myself, send it to Zach, and then we can find a way to play it on the air. So, Linda, make the video of you dancing. Wait a minute. Linda dancing to this song is going to be some freak dancing.
You're going to be wearing something freak.
Do the last event. Did she come to the last? Linda, yeah, of course she was. She was at the last Beyond the Mic, right? But then when I did my event at the Pfister, she was wearing fishnets. And she gave me a lap dance. I didn't ask for it. In fact, it was... Never mind, Linda. Never mind. We don't need to see your dance. Zach said he want to see it. Well, then you look at it, Zach. I think it's going to be inappropriate. I bet Linda back in the day was a shake dancer. I think she was. She used to work at the Shaker Club. And listen, hey, no shame. I don't shame people for what they got to do to put food on the table.
The one by the highway?
The Shake Club by the highway. Which Shake? All the Shake Clubs by the highway, ain't it? There's a couple of them by the highway. There's one that's in Franklin. That's right by the highway. It's got its own exit. That's Shaker Club, dude. So I've heard. And then you got another Shaker Club. There's a bunch of Shaker Clubs in Milwaukee. It's not as many now as there used to be. It used to have the Hillside and Tommy's and the Cheetah Club. Ooh, it's a few other Shaker Clubs. The Encore. The Encore, I think that's still open. That's on Hawley Road. You can drive right past it and not even know it's a Shaker Club because it looks like a house. But when you walk in there, you don't see no living room now. It's a Shaker Club. All right. So the Trump administration actually did accomplish something. I think it's a dubious accomplishment. I think they could have been much more productive in creating policies for the American people. But for the first time in 50 years, immigration to the United States is actually down. For a half a century, the United States of America welcomed people to this country for a variety of reasons, to come to live, to go to school, because maybe they were specialized in a particular kind of labor that Americans were unfamiliar with. So we have, quite honestly, for over 100 years, we have welcomed people to this nation so that they can add to the very fiber and fabric that is America. But for the first time in this administration, in the year 2025, immigration to the United States is at its lowest point that it has been in a half a century. I'm going to take a break, come back, and give you a few other very shocking findings that have taken place in the United States since the re-election of Donald Trump. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. I'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers take on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits at the Fiserv Forum.
Jump pass to the corner right. Elam, 10 on the shot clock. Back out for Zaya. They'll go 3 for Zay. It's pure! It's pure! It's a 7-point lead. 65-58. I didn't think he was going to shoot that thing. I'm glad he did.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 3:30 on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 4 p.m.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Adrian was seriously injured when a careless driver merged into her lane.
Gruber was there for everything that I needed. Any questions that I had, Gruber was there. They made me feel like everything about my situation and my accident was very important to them, and that made me feel good. And I would definitely call Gruber again for that.
Serving Wisconsin for over 35 years, Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They go above and beyond for their clients.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Met her on a Tuesday night, boots tapping the wooden floor. Her laugh was a wildfire burning. I swore I'd seen her before. She had whiskey on her lips, a danger in her smile.
Welcome back to the program. Tell him I can't talk to him on the air, Zach.
He can hear you.
No, he can't. Can he? I can't talk to you on the air. Yeah, whatever you're saying, whatever you point to, yes. I can't even see what you're saying because you're pointing and there's a reflection, there's a glow, like a glare, so I can't even read your lips. Can you hear me right now? Oh, it's delayed. You don't know what Talk to that man, Zach.
All right, I'm gonna see what he's saying.
Talk to him. I can't talk to this man coming to the window. I got a whole radio show that I'm doing right now. I can't be talking to people coming up to the damn window. They pay me to do the radio now. They don't pay me to be talking to people. I can't be talking to people. Go ahead and handle that now. Over here messing with me. I don't mess with nobody else. Why people always messing with me at work? Be calling my work, coming up to my work. I don't go to nobody's work. I don't visit nobody at work. Ricky, what you got? Hey, Playboy, what you bring in here? What is that in that bag?
What's going on?
What did you just bring in the studio? What is that?
I'm throwing garbage away.
All right, you ain't go out there getting nothing to eat, did you?
Aren't you supposed to be doing a radio show?
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
Break.
Well, hold on, man. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Look at me. Look at me. Look at it. Look.
You want me to look into your eyes?
I'm the captain now. You understand?
You are.
Turn the mic off. You need a nap. Go lay down somewhere. I'm getting tired of this. Everybody messing with me. Think it's something sweet. Y'all think I'm something to play with. Everybody think I'm... Don't let this little microphone, this little radio job fool you. I'm still that dude now. Y'all over here think it's sweet. People be running their mouths. I'll be seeing some of these little punk-ass comments. People be leaving, oh, Sherwin, he ain't gonna say, yes, the hell Sherwin will. All right, now. Keep playing with me. I'll show you. Over here think it's sweet. He's here. Why is he asking that? Because, first of all, I have to leave here at 12 o'clock. So whatever happens, it ends at not even 12 o'clock. I leave here at 11:56 and 50 seconds. So that's the amount of time that I'm here. I'm not staying any point in time after that. Why does this happen on other radio shows? Does this happen on Dr. Ken's show? It doesn't. Does this happen on the morning show with Bailey and Homer and Dame? What happens on Kyle Wallace's show? Like what are other radio shows like here? Do y'all listen to other radio shows? I don't listen to them. I can't. I'm very busy. And also, if you do radio, why would you listen to somebody else's radio show? That's weird. Before you guys freak out, if you're an auto mechanic, when you get home from auto mechanicking, do you just watch YouTube videos on how to auto mechanic? Of course you don't. Do you listen to podcasts on auto mechanicking once you just got done with an auto mechanic day? No, you do totally different, unrelated things. Plus, if you watch somebody that does auto mechanic things, all you're going to do is disagree with how they do it. There's people that literally think that I listen to every single show on The Truth. That's insane. No, I don't. Zach said I do. No, if I'm in the car, I may put it on, but I'm usually listening to my music. I'm not listening to what people are talking about. Because why do I care what somebody else thinks? What? Does Dr. Ken admit he's a Republican? He doesn't?
No, he says he's a contrarian.
I remember the night market last year, and Zach, you remember this too because you were there. Ron Johnson had a damn town hall here at the 3rd Street Market Hall in one of them rooms. You DJ'd, you remember that? Ron Johnson did a town. Ron Johnson, conservative firebrand, Trump-loving Ron Johnson, U.S. Senator from Wisconsin, Ron Johnson, literally a national embarrassment, had a town hall here, and it was a public event moderated by Tory Lowe, and Dr. Ken was there giving a microphone to people in the crowd. Dr. Ken was a runner. Now, let me tell you something. All I know is this. Ron Johnson ain't invite me. He didn't ask me if I want to go to the town hall. I would have went to the town hall. So what's going on during the night market? And I'm not telling people stuff that they don't already know. I just want to make sure that we remember. So it was a night market going on. You know, the night markets are a lot of people, and I was walking around the 3rd Street Market Hall, about to go back out on the Wisconsin Avenue. I said, let me stop in to see who was in this Ron Johnson town hall meeting. And I was actually shocked and surprised at some, I'm not going to mention any names of who was in the audience because I'm not going to do that to them. But I was shocked to find out Winky Blue was there. I was shocked to find out how many African Americans came to listen to Senator anti-vaxxer Ron Johnson, anti-affordable health care Ron Johnson, no one should go to college, it's poor people's fault because they're poor Ron Johnson. It was a room full of black folks. Now, all I know is I was not invited. I'm a little bit offended, Mr. Senator. I have a political talk show. How come he didn't invite me to give the microphone to people that had questions and comments in the audience? But Dr. Ken was there. Just saying, he was. No, we're not hiding from that fact. It was a public event. We advertised
it. Wasn't Ron Johnson's event.
What do you mean it wasn't Ron Johnson's event?
That was like Tory. That was Tory and Dr. Ken's. Like they invited Ron Johnson.
Oh hell, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was. Tory wanted him to come speak to us.
Oh, okay. That changes things. I'm not shocked that Tory invited Ron Johnson. So hang on, I'm so confused.
Because remember in his one original intro, Tory always had that catchphrase where
he called Ron Johnson trash.
Yeah. So then coins flipped. And so he was just like, oh, well, that's the homie now, so let me come invite him to talk to everybody and try to explain himself.
Oh, that's what that was about. Because we did advertise it and promote it on 117 The Truth. Okay. You know what else is crazy, Zach? Since we're chatting, do you remember the celebration that we had on the 1-year anniversary of The Truth? We went to... No Studios. We had food vendors there.
Yeah, I DJ'd it.
You sure did. We had our partners there. We were celebrating all of the hosts. We even did a Q&A for all of the hosts, and we took questions from the attendees and the crowd. It was so fun. We had drinks flowing. It was a good old time. And then our second year, we did our event at what's the name of that place, y'all? It used to be a nightclub called Rain. Do you remember the second year Truth event we had? It was at a bigger venue. What's the name of that place, y'all? It's like a wedding venue now. It's on Barclay Street, 900 South Barclay. Please don't make me Google.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. It used to be like a club or something, but I don't know the name of it.
Yeah, we're going to find out. But we realized, and we even did a live broadcast. All right, hold on. What's the name of that venue now? The Ivy House. That's the name of it. So our second year Truth anniversary was at the Ivy House. We had all sorts of food vendors, soul food vendors. Dr. Ken did a live broadcast. Then we got up on stage. Denise Thomas emceed it. We were on stage doing questions and answers. It was so fun. We got to meet and interact with some of our listeners. This was at the second anniversary of 101.7 The Truth. Our 5 years coming up, nothing. Nothing.
And it's crazy because that's what we were told the next time we were going to have something.
Correct, because we went all out for anniversary commemoration number 1. We went all out again for anniversary number 2, and I think the company realized we can't do this every year.
They were like, we can't keep doing this every year, so we're going to do it for the 5th.
We'll do it for the 5 year. Not even a mention. So here's what I'm going to do. So our 5-year anniversary is technically January 4th, 2026. That's a Sunday. So on January 5th, 2026, Monday, God willing that I'm here, I am going to commemorate 5 years of 101.7 The Truth. So between now and then, I'm going to try and put together some clips. I'm going to get some of our more notable interviews that we did. Of course, we'll do a little bit of a recap of the RNC, which was huge for us, and just go over some of the stories and some of the things that we did. I should even invite some of our former hosts. I would love to talk to Joe Brown again. I would love to talk to DZ again. I would love to talk to Ben and Carrie again, because those are the people that helped make this radio station make it 5 years, quite honestly, against all odds. So I am going to take it upon myself to commemorate half of a decade of 101.7 The Truth broadcasting. Let me tell you something else that's crazy. Of the hosts that were here literally day one, when the power turned on, January 4th, 2021, there's only 2 of us that were here. Me and Tori. Dr. Ken wasn't here. In fact, Dr. Ken didn't start until like the second week of January. In fact,
Coronavirus!
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
You had the vid.
No, we didn't. I keep asking Dr. Ken. I've asked him since then, where was he at January 6th? Because he wasn't here. January 6th, 2021, Dr. Ken was not here. No, I don't know if he had coronavirus. He seemed like someone that would never get corona. I don't believe in corona, therefore I would never get it. But that first day, I'll never forget it, because I didn't even know what to expect. Joe Brown and Melanie Ricks.
I still have that first show.
I want to play a little bit of it. Where can we find it at? Because it's definitely not on YouTube. We didn't start YouTube until probably 2 years after that. So the first day we broadcasted was January 4th, 2021, and then Joe and Melanie had a 3-hour morning show. And I remember being excited because I was up next. They were 7 until 10. That was back when I was 10 until 1. And Kyle was my producer. He was my original producer. It was Joe Brown and Melanie Ricks. They had the 3-hour morning show. Zach was producing. I was next from 10 until 1. Kyle was my producer. It was before Kyle had a show here. Tori was 1 to 4. And then Dr. Ken was 4 until 6, but Dr. Ken wasn't here the first 2 weeks of January. So we all took turns filling in for Dr. Ken's show until he could get back. You know what else we should do on our 5-year commemoration of 101.7 The Truth, since we were told that that's the next party that we were going to have, but it clearly isn't happening. In fact, nobody's even mentioned it to me. I'd like to get Craig Karmazin on and because I don't know if a lot of y'all have ever heard from him. We work for Good Karma Brands, which is the namesake of our owner and founder, Craig Karmazin. I would like for him to come on my show and talk to you all about why he took a risk and started an endeavor that 1,000 people told him not to do. And I don't know if most people, including some people that either work here now or used to work here, had any idea that the truth would last for 5 years, but it did. And I wish that we would do something big. But if I have to take the endeavor on my own to commemorate 5 years of all of the work that we have done, the conversations that we have had, the needles we have moved, the voters that we have encouraged, the collaboration between us and many businesses and many partners in the community, the money that we've given away. Oh my God. In 5 years, we've probably given away easily $100,000. Easily we've given away $100,000. Because remember, our truth giveaways were weekly. We used to give away $101.70 Was it every day or every week? Every week? Every day? Oh, it was too much for it. We're like, this is insane because the amount of like the paperwork that we have to do, because it's like a contract. We have a contract, obviously, with David Gruber to give the money away, and giving it away every single day was a headache, so we decided to go to $5,000 every 3 months. But yeah, holy crap, we sure did give away $101.70 every single day. I don't have it. I don't have it. All right, then, Rick, play the music.
One call, that's all.
Right now is your chance to be our one call, that's all $5,000 giveaway. That's right, you heard me. We're going to give you a chance to win $5,000 courtesy of the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Why don't we do this, Rick? You feel like answering the phone? We'll do caller number 10. Caller number 10 at 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017 gets entered to win $5,000. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. You can find them on the old internet at gruber-law.com. And for official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. Caller number 10 gets entered to win $5,000. In addition to the Powerball numbers that I gave you earlier, that if you play the numbers that I gave you, you will win $1.250 billion. So look what we're doing for you. Since we've started here at 1017 The Truth, we've probably given away $100,000 in cash. I gave you the Powerball numbers. Right now, call number 10 gets entered to win $5,000. Don't tell me that we don't love y'all, because we love you so very much. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes will be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Since 1976, Community Advocates has helped Milwaukee residents meet their basic needs, enabling them to live with dignity and hope. Today, Community Advocates offer 40 specialized programs that addresses rental housing challenges, energy assistance, domestic violence, substance misuse, and more. Their commitment is to ensure individuals and families have access to essential resources and opportunities for a better quality of life. If you need help, go to communityadvocates.net. That's communityadvocates.net.
Ready to hit the road in your new car? At Brewery Credit Union, we make it easy with affordable payment options on auto loans designed to fit your budget. Whether it's a brand new ride or the perfect used vehicle, we'll help you get behind the wheel faster. With flexible terms, quick approvals, and personalized service you can trust. Don't wait. Start your journey today. Apply online at brewerycu.com or visit us at Brewery Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened and we know things happen and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease and he's on dialysis and he wants to get on the list and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And and that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today. You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The best way to start your day.
Oh, that's what that is? I thought that was like, no, I'm thinking of mukbang, where you eat and you just
random stuff.
You just eat random stuff and people want to hear you eat.
Here to give you all the chills, feels, and laughs.
I would never have, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never.
So you wouldn't know what they're saying?
Milwaukee's new favorite morning talk show.
If a guy slid in my DMs like that, you would have to be Quavo for me to respond. There's no way I would respond to a message like that.
This is MKE in the Morning with Mel and Joe on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Icy, wifey. Come on, you already know.
Now, live from Radio City in Milwaukee, here is Melanie Ricks and your favorite Joe Brown.
Hey. Where we at?
Where we at?
Hey.
Milwaukee?
In the morning, and I'm on it, and I'm on it, and I'm yawning, I'm on it, and I'm on it.
What the hell are they even talking about?
In the morning.
This was our first broadcast. This was it. Day
I don't
one.
think y'all understand. We are literally in the studio, swag surfing, going ham. We're so excited.
Oh my goodness.
Joe's freestyling. I mean, we're already off to a hot start. What's up, guys?
MKE in the morning.
Welcome. It's the official launch day.
Wake up and smell the cup of Joe.
Just so you know, he's going to do that pretty much every show.
Every morning. And I'm about to sip my coffee right now.
Go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that.
I'm need that right now. I'm hyped.
Oh, you're
I'm
hyped. Zach's hyped. We're so excited. We're here. It's 1017 The Truth. It's here. It's launch day. This is MK in the Morning with Mel and Joe. I can't even explain how excited I am, you guys.
January 4th.
Yes, 2021.
2021. Wow. We did it.
We did it, y'all.
We made it, y'all.
We made it
if you're listening to this, you made it. You made it out of that year.
Yes.
I ain't even gonna say what year. That year.
That year. You know what year we're talking about.
2020.
That like 20 years from now.
COVID year.
That year back in that year.
And you know what's
right
crazy? Everybody will know exactly what year you're referencing.
Straight up.
That's like the baby boomer generation. Like, I feel like they probably know that certain years that certain things happen where you don't even have to say what it was.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be that generation. We just don't have a name yet for our generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the millennials, but like that pandemic generation, like, what are we going to be called?
All right, that's enough. All right. Well, that was our first broadcast ever. That was the launch of 1017 The Truth. We are knocking on the door of 5 years here, and I am going to, I guess because I said I was going to do it, I better get started on it, because we did a lot. A lot over the last 5 years. We got to get DT back. I got to have DT in the studio. So, Denise, if you're listening or if you hear this show, I'm going to need you in Milwaukee, in studio, on January 5th, 2026, because that is essentially the 5-year anniversary of the launch of 1017 The Truth. I do want to play little snippets of shows that have come and gone and hosts that have come and gone. I would love to get the old gang back together again. I think that'd be wonderful, not just for us, but for you all to hear from some people you probably haven't heard from in a very long time, and just to find out what other people are doing 5 years later, because this place launched many professional broadcast careers. Now, some people are still broadcasting. Some folks have moved on to other endeavors, but I do want to commemorate and pay homage to all of the people that brought us to this point of being able to broadcast to you all for 5 years. So I'm thankful. I'm grateful how good you guys have been to me, the support that you have shown me, the podcast numbers that we do here. With The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, it's outstanding. The number of people that tune in and that interact on YouTube and via the text line, it is just absolutely incredible. And the interest is still growing. So I've even had national opportunities. Somebody had asked me recently, "Oh, Sherwin, you just want to go national?" I'm already national, but I choose to work from home. I don't want to leave Milwaukee. This is where I'm at. This is my place. This is my family. My roots are here. I am not a better broadcaster if I leave here, because this is where my heart is going to be. And if somebody national wants me, You're going to have to come to me, and I'm still going to broadcast from home. I'm not packing up and going nowhere. Now, hold on now. Listen, we got to talk money now. Hold on. Let me not never say never. Now, wait a minute. No, I don't need to pursue any national opportunities. National opportunities will find me, if that's even something that I want to do. So I used to play football, and I was a defensive lineman. And one of my assignments was, obviously, I want to drive the offensive lineman into the backfield. And my coaches would always say, Sherwin, don't look for the ball will come to you. If you do what you are supposed to do, the ball will come to you. You never have to look up and find the ball if you're in the backfield. The ball will come to you. National opportunities have, in fact, come to me. And next year is going to be another very big year because we have the midterm elections. Of course, Wisconsin is a battleground state. We also are a national bellwether. So what happens here very well could be an indication of what may happen nationally. So many, many things that we have accomplished in a half a decade of broadcasting on 101.7 The Truth. You know what? Should we have us a party? Should I have my own little... Where y'all want to go? Y'all want to go back to Gibraltar? Gibraltar just got voted one of the best music venues, lounges in the city of Milwaukee. Partially because of you all, the support that you guys have shown Gibraltar. In fact, all of the establishments in which we've had our different Beyond the Mic events, which I pride myself on because I had talked to you all. A lot of you all wanted to get together. A lot of you also want to go out and explore the nightlife and the different lounges and venues that Milwaukee has, but a lot of you are unfamiliar with them. So the whole point of the Beyond the Mic music series that we did I call it a music series? Beyond the Mic something series. I don't know what it was. Is I wanted to support our local businesses, our local economies, African-American owners and operators who seem to be a little disconnected from their patrons and their clientele. And I said, what better way to connect their patrons to the listeners of this program, all while supporting an establishment that is right here in the city of Milwaukee and owned by an African-American operator. I wish that we could have continued those, but as time goes on, and you guys know this, things get much more complicated. Other people try and involve themselves, and they change the direction. And here's one thing you got to know about me. If something loses its original intent and its spirit, I'm not doing it anymore. I would rather not do it than have it be done wrong. Now, maybe we reinvigorate those, right? 2026 is a brand new year, and everything that is old is new again. Maybe we bring it back. But if it is not going to exist in its original spirit and intent, then I won't bring it back. Who is this on line one? Why come y'all don't be telling me? I'm scared to answer the phone here. You know I can't just blindly answer the phone here. Ain't no telling who be on the line when the phone rings here. Now, Ricky? Ain't it?
They don't answer it.
Well, that's not fair to the person that's on hold.
They answer it.
As soon as I hit the button, the background noise is going to tell me who it is because each of my callers has different background noises.
Why you sounding scared? Just answer the phone.
Ain't nobody scared. Scared money don't make money.
I'm scared because you still answer.
That's Bob. All day.
Yeah, Sherwin, you're better than Rush Limbaugh, so...
I should hope so. He's Bob. He's dead. We're all better than him.
Well, that's irrelevant, whether he's dead or not. His legend and how he talks is still living right now. And because they mention him sometimes on Fox and on TV. And so he's still living in a way. But you're better than him. Even though you aggravate me sometimes, because you do not be checkmated when you move when you're checkmated. But you're better than Rush Limbaugh, so you just might get out of Milwaukee. You just might, because I hope you don't.
I'm not going nowhere, Bob. I'm too old to go somewhere else and relocate.
Oh, that's good, man.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm going somewhere else for.
So you're going to be in Milwaukee, huh? You should be, because your family's here.
I'm not, Bob, I ain't
here.
going nowhere. I can be a national broadcaster from my house. I ain't got to pack up and go nowhere. I ain't leaving, go nowhere.
You are that much big time where they should come to you. You sure are. Even though you're aggravating, you know what I mean?
But Bob, if I'm aggravating, you call every single day. I'm not that aggravating.
Oh, yeah, you're aggravating, but you're interesting. You got a talent. I have to give you credit where it's due. But I will check you when you need to be checked. So I will talk to you later. Take it easy.
Bob be like,
Never had a dreams that you want.
Bob, that's Bob when Bob don't really know what. Oh, look what time it is. It's time for me to take a commercial break. I said I was going to talk about some striking findings when we do that on the other side. After more than 50 years of rapid growth, the number of immigrants living in the United States is on the decline. In January of 2025, there were 53.3 million immigrants in the United States, making up close to 16% of our nation's population. Both the number and the share were record highs. But by June of 2025, the nation's immigrant population decreased by more than 1 million to 51.9. That decline is likely to continue since deportations and voluntary departures and fewer new arrivals are taking place. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 101.7 FM. Almost 5 years of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. We'll be right back.
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes returns after this on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tune into the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Harder Canal Street Spotlight, this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Marco Morrison, Executive Director at College Possible, a nonprofit organization that helps low-income and first-generation students with the college process and sets them up for success in college. Again, that is the Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Harder Canal Street Spotlight, this Wednesday with College Possible at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. 12/31/2025.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
If better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone, and the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhoffels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattresses to Steinhoffels. Now you can try Helix in person, something you can't just do anywhere. Right now, Steinhoffels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our Truth Nation listeners. Head to steinhoffels.com to learn more today. Helix Sleep at Steinhoffels. Better sleep starts now.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You are listening to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
She walked in like Sunday thunder, boot heels preaching on a hardwood floor.
Ricky, do you have the text line open up in there? Somebody asking you a question on the text, and I don't want to answer for you now. But it's somebody that texted in and they directed it at you. They're asking you. It came in at 11:18 a.m. Okay? You see that though? I ain't got.
I see it.
I mean, you got to work on that now. You got to. That ain't got nothing to do with that asking you. They ain't asking me. I'm not being asked that question.
Hey,
don't read it on the air now. Don't be putting people's business out there. But they want you to do something, huh?
I'm not doing it.
Why not?
Why are you scared?
I don't have. Hold on, Ricky.
You do it.
First of all, scared money don't make money. That's number one. Number two,
being real scary today.
This person is not asking me anything. They're asking you. I'm putting the ball in your court.
And I said no. End of story.
You don't want to.
Nope.
You don't want to.
Nope.
Are you going to at least respond to him?
I respond and say no.
I don't think you're being very fair. This person has got a decent, honest request. You know. Hey Zach, bring that in here by your boy. Bring that in here. Come on in here, Zach. Come on. Let me see something. I just want to see it. Zach's gonna come in for a second, everybody. Let me just see. What is that there? Oh, okay. Open it up. Did you open it up yet? No. You didn't open it? You want to set it down? Yeah, set it. Uh-oh. Yeah, set it down right now. Let me see. Shh. That's crazy. That's crazy how that works. Ricky, what you got? You got the same thing?
I've been eating pizza for the last 40 minutes.
You're kidding. That's crazy. What kind did you get? What you like on your pizza, Ricky?
I like that Supreme Team.
Oh, okay.
All the fixings.
You get it from
Look at you eating that pork, my boy. Eating that pork.
You get it from you got it from Pizza Shuttle, obviously.
Yeah, eating all that pork.
Okay, that's cool.
You taste the sausage, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Get that real cheese. That's all that real cheese.
Well, hot. Well, right. We got a napkin. A napkin. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. No, I think it's ground beef. Man, that's slapping. Get you some. Where you going with it?
It's to get you some.
Why are you taking it? Here, come here. Let me get one more piece.
You got a show to do.
This show is doing itself. Here, let me see. Get one more piece. Is it plates?
The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, where anything goes and anything can happen.
Thank you. I don't need that. Yeah, that's slapping right there.
It's just ridiculous.
What's ridiculous about it? Everybody need to mind their own business. And Ricky, I think you need to respond to that. You need to respond to that person.
I said no. You can, though. You can do it.
All right, we're good. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, man. Thank you, person out there. All right. So what did we learn today?
that anything goes on this show, and people can call in and say what they want and how they want.
We keep
and eat pizza.
We actually have a very thank you, sir. We have an organized program here. We have topics that are. Why would he do that? What was the point of him doing that?
Welcome to Death Row.
We have a show that is informative. It's educational. And I like to think on most days it's entertaining. You know, we tackle the issues of the day. We give different perspectives on things. And we engage in sometimes uncomfortable conversations, but it's all worth it for the betterment of our community, you see. You know what I mean?
We also eat pork on this station, too.
I think it's ground beef, actually. It's really good, though. All right, let me see what people are talking about.
We got a minute and like 50 seconds.
Let me see what people are talking about. Somebody asked if we're going to do a Beyond the Mic on January 5th, 2026. We potentially could. It would be something that I would do as an individual. I don't know if it would be anything affiliated with the station because I don't know if that gives us enough time to plan that and the Truth Community Awards, which are in February. So I don't want to burden the station and station management with having to plan 2 large events within a month or so of each other. So what I would do is I would find a venue, work with the ownership of that venue to accommodate us, and we'll figure it out that way. But if anything, it would be the weekend before because our technical 5-year anniversary of 101.7 The Truth is January 4th, 2026, and that's a Sunday. So maybe we do something that Friday, maybe. Do us a happy hour somewhere to commemorate 5 years of The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we get Zach to DJ somewhere. Maybe Ricky will DJ it. We'll figure it out. Rhea came in here looking for money. Have some pizza, Rhea. You want some pizza? There's pizza for you. We got you. In fact, where is that damn pizza? Don't put it out there with the wolves. Not out there. They don't get none of this. Hold on, Zach. Hey, I got to go, everybody. Thank you for listening. Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace is up next. I'll see you next time.
Come in with straight truth.
Everything got a message. I'll say this. Y'all can't be